Hey everyone, Skids the Clown here, and this is Faith Not Included. It is the show where we talk about those crazy conspiracy theories and religious claims. It is a part of the Atheist Network group. I really am looking forward to this show tonight. We try to do a lot of stuff that's goofy, funny, silly all the time, and hopefully you enjoy that. And we're always trying to come up with new stuff to engage our audience because we do this show for you. It's kind of for us too because we like to have a good time, but really this is for you. So Jimmy and I have been talking about what we want to do with this show this week because there's been a lot going on, a whole lot. And there is really something that it's kind of touched the heart of Jimmy. It's gone deep into his soul. And when we were talking about what we wanted to do for this show, he fired right up and said, I want to talk about these trucker protests going on in Canada. Now, for a long time, Jimmy's been able to sit back and laugh at the United States from his safe Canadian border, drinking all that maple syrup and watching all that hockey. Just, seeing it all go to shit down here in the States. Things are getting personal for Jimmy now. And he's gotten himself a little bit riled up. So without further ado, let's bring on the Reverend Brother, Jimmy Lou.
Hey guys, it's me, the Reverend Brother Heathen. Sorry.
That's not what I was expecting.
Sorry, Skidsy.
So you made a special request as we were getting ready for our show that you wanted to talk about this subject. And I can tell actually for the last week, but especially today, you're kind of riled up about this. So
just a wee bit. So Skidsy, you know that we're having a bit of an issue up in the wee north, right? You've been hearing rumblings of this, right?
We're not hearing down here. We're not hearing exactly what's going on because there is kind of a spin that they're putting on this whole thing down here. What I understand is that there are some very patriotic protesters that are protesting the V word vaccine mandates. And other than that, they're not saying a whole lot about what is actually going on. So would you start by elaborating on exactly what has unfolded in the last 2 weeks north of the border?
Oh, folks. We say a lot of fucked up, crazy stuff. A lot of controversial stuff for a bunch of 40-year-old men. Shouldn't be spewing out on the internet. But it's goofy. It's funny. And it helps us laugh at life. And sometimes you have to laugh at the bullies. That's the only way you can do this shit. We got a bit of a wee problem. And the problem is I didn't know how the fuck to start this. I didn't know how to go about this, Skidsy. This is something that's caused a lot of controversy in my country. And tonight, if you're Canadian and you're watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These goddamn fucking truckers. There, I said it. I'm going to tell you something right now. Don't fucking mistake this shit. I'm painting it and I'm bringing a light to it. This is fucking fascism. Plain and simple. Let me give you a definition. Because I had to make sure that I am dealing with right words and dealing with being very precise. Fascism is a form of far-right authoritarian ultranationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition, and strong regimentation of society and in the economy that rose to prominence in the early 20th century Europe. This kind of authoritarianism isn't new. Folks, this shit cycles itself. History repeats itself. I know. I understand. Let me put an olive branch out to anyone listening tonight. Let me start off and to be as cordial as I can to those that don't share the same opinion with me. I understand your frustration. Trent, you don't understand. In here, Ontario, we have had fucking draconian lockdowns. Everything has been shut down. I understand the frustration. You want to have a debate, a nuanced conversation about how hard this has been? Is this been the right thing to do? Okay, let's do it because it's fucking pathetic. How they've shut down a lot of businesses has been pathetic. You take the right safety precautions, what doctors and experts tell us to do, no problem. Shouldn't be an issue. Should be helping to stop the spread, and it is. Let me say this too, as an olive branch. The vaccine works. It works. This isn't new medicine. Vaccines have been around since the 1700s. The 1700s. There was a vaccine discovered. Thank you, asexual atheists, for that information. Vaccines have been around since the 1700s.
Mm-hmm.
The bird flu, there was a bird flu vaccine that was developed in the 50s in the matter of months by one guy and his team at a university. We made an agreement as a society that when we have an issue like this of a deadly contagious disease, we listen to the experts. That's it. Use Occam's razor in your fucking thinking. What's the simplest path? That all the fucking doctors around the world are conspiring together? You goddamn fucking idiots. You can't conspire a virus like this. It is real. It is killing people. Shut up. Stop it. These fucking fascists. Wake up. They're invading. They have occupied Ottawa, our nation's capital. They've put it under siege since January 28th. They have fucking done non-stop honking. Listen to this shit.
What the goal is.
Hold on,
to
not this. That's a little early. You hear that? People of Ottawa have been dealing with this for fucking 2 weeks. They finally put an ordinance to it. 2 weeks. These motherfuckers have been honking their goddamn horns. This is fucking war crime. This is goddamn torture. And you know what the biggest fucking problem here? Let me turn this off for a second. The biggest fucking problem. Oh, what's that? No, we want to have a fucking conversation. We want to fucking think. No, we can't do that. 2 fucking weeks these cocksuckers have done this shit. 2 fucking weeks. 2 fucking weeks. 2 weeks and they call themselves fucking patriots. They have shut down schools. They have shut down fucking businesses. No one can fucking go around. They are terrorized. Terrorized in their neighborhoods. Terrorized. They have invaded Toronto now. Not only that, they have invaded the fucking Pearson Airport, which is our biggest fucking airport in Canada. They've shut down the borders in Windsor. They've shut down the fucking borders in Sarnia. They've probably shut down the border in fucking Niagara Falls, too. These cocksuckers are nothing but occupying fascists. It is idiocy. These cocksuckers, these entitled assholes want fucking special privileges. Someone said to me, oh, when Doug Ford, our premier, see, okay, guys, let me, I get into it. I get passionate. I'm fucking upset.
Make sure
Can
to
you hear
breathe.
me?
Make sure to
Because
breathe.
I am telling you right now, if there's not a Canadian here that is fucking scared, you should be. And if there's an American right now watching and you're not scared, you should be. Because it's coming to you. They've caught wind of this fucking shit. Look at this shit. Okay? This is Fox News. Go there. See for yourself. This is what's on their front page. This is what they're promoting. What the fuck are they doing fucking promoting this shit nonstop in their news? That is what should be fucking giving everyone a wake-up call. That's what really ticked me off first, folks. This isn't about listening to mainstream media. This is about fucking using your fucking brain that you have in your head. They're protesting restrictions that are mandated by the provincial government. Okay? We have provinces. You guys have states. You guys have governors. We have premiers. Our premier is a conservative premier. I don't like him. I don't like him. All these things that they're angry about, they should be angry at him. Are they? No. This is a fuck Trudeau. They are trying to oust my prime minister.
And why is that, do you think?
Because they have already addressed a moratorium to oust the prime minister and set up a new committee with the other parties. You can't do that in a democratic. We just had a fucking election. They're trying to overthrow the government. They're trying to stop all the mandates. Not just the truckers. It is now all mandates. They want to throw everything out the fucking window. Everything that we have. We are so close. So close to getting over this virus. We are so fucking close. And they want to rip it all off. The problem is, now, Skidsy, I know.
Okay. I know.
So now you're wondering, well, Jimmy, what's the problem? You got some protesters. You've had protesters in the past.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of problems here. Number one, the protesters, the organizers, all have fucking, they're all fucking white supremacist backgrounds. They're fucking union busters. They're fucking, one of the organizers, Pat King, fucking got in trouble 2 years ago for breaking up anti-racism protests. Would you guys like to see that this idiot in action?
Yeah, let's actually see somebody who is a big part of this protest. See what we're all about.
This is Pat King, one of the organizers.
Conversation about anti-racism in Red Deer, but before the event could even begin, it turned violent.
It's traumatic. All of us are traumatized.
Keisha Daniels spent her summer in several small Alberta towns calling for racial equity. She was supposed to be a speaker Sunday. Her voice was silenced when the event was canceled because of the violence.
There was no way we could have a peaceful event with these people there assaulting people.
Sunday's event follows a hit and run of an anti-racism protester in the nearby community of Ponoka. When the group held a news conference to talk about the attack, it was interrupted by counter-protesters who berated group members, drowning out their message. Many of the counter-protesters are known far-right figures. Some are known to spew racist rhetoric days before Sunday's scheduled event, a threat to the demonstrators.
This is what is going to happen.
This is Pat King.
And if you come into my rural communities, I'm going to be this big guy in the white shirt. Ready? Watch what he does. Little slaps to the face.
Peace.
Patriots kicking Antifa out of their towns.
Daniel says the hate groups are becoming more emboldened.
This was a peaceful event that these people crashed, and the RCMP allowed the violence to happen.
While RCMP were at Sunday's rally, Daniel says they did not keep the peace.
One of our security submitted and charged us charges today with the regular RCMP, and they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't press charges.
Red Deer RCMP say no charges have been laid. Daniels and her son and other group members have received death threats. Most recently, this Calgary woman receiving a rape threat. While the hate groups might be getting louder, it won't stop Daniels and her group from fighting racism in central Alberta.
Let me show you another. Let me show you some more of.
I was just going to say that seems painfully familiar.
This is the piece of shit in question.
That's what the goal is to depopulate the Anglo-Saxon race.
By the way, this is Vosh, and he's going to rip him a new one. And Vosh is a very smart person. If you don't know who Vosh is, you need to look him up. He knows his stuff. But he's put together some stuff, and I've kind of stolen off Vosh, so please enjoy this. This is Pat King.
Yeah.
Because they are the ones with the strongest bloodlines.
Oh, yes.
This guy is a phenomenal example against the intellectual superiority of white
John.
people. I don't know how you can look in the mirror as this guy and think, yes, my group is the superior group. I'm going to go a bit farther and say it's not sociological. I just think this guy's got like low IQ juice in his brain. He just strikes me as just a very empty-headed person.
Laugh at the fucking Nazi.
Yeah, laugh at the monkey.
So,
Winnipeg.
okay. Now, I'm going to get to this in a second.
Getting our
Vosh makes a very good point about stuff here, but I don't want to get lost in the woods here yet. Okay? Let's take that. No, that's not it. Okay.
You got a lot of stuff pulled up already.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of stuff to cover here, folks, because Vosh is very good.
Thanks, KCA.
They're occupying two major cities right now. And what scares me, there's always extremists, but what scares me is this new ideology. And this is worse than Trump.
Mm-hmm.
My friends always asked me, because I'm Canadian, they're like, because I've been taking a very strong interest in American politics for a number of years now. And I follow you guys very carefully. And I've been saying all along, you want to predict the future with us, watch the States.
Yeah.
You guys influence us. You guys brag about being the world powers, and then when other people fucking bitch about shit that's going on in your country, you're like, oh, what do you care? Because you influence, you're a world power. We get it.
Mm-hmm. And I understand, because this is looking to me a lot like what was on the news here in the States about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I
this
mean,
is exactly it.
Yeah, has a lot of vibes from January 6th.
This is exactly the same as January 6th, except for it's a slower burn. It's a slower burn. It's still a trying to overthrow the government by forcible means. They're just occupying our space. And now this is what concerns me. The police have fucking hit them with fucking kid gloves. They are fucking hitting them with kid gloves. Because what does this have to do with their atheism? Everything. Because if fascism comes into your country, you don't get to practice atheism. You don't get to be an atheism out public. Because what is the first thing that goes? Free speech. Free speech. This is goddamn fascism that has landed. Landed in my country, and I can't believe how fast my country turned. I can't believe how many people are supporting this shit. I can't believe it. They have disguised it as freedom. Remember, folks, remember, those screaming freedom are usually the biggest fucking authoritarians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep in mind that a lot of the stuff that happened like last year on January 6th was motivated by the far right Christian nationalists, the evangelicals. That was a lot of the battle cry, is that Trump was God's chosen president, and that's why they claim the election was rigged. So a lot of this far right extremism that you see is firmly grounded in Christianity. And it appears to be the same case with what's going on in Canada. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've got Confederate flags flying in our country. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, that is an interesting picture that you had right there, because that flag, everybody always questioned why we have a problem with that flag. Well, it's flying in some place that there's no heritage. They can't make those claims that it's about history, it's about heritage or anything like that. This has become a symbol.
It's a symbol of hate. It's a symbol of nationalism. This ultra-white nationalism is rising its ugly head. And this virus is coming to you guys. You've spread it to us, and now they've come up with this, taking this perfect opportunity of undermining scientific consensus and using it to cause chaos. There is a real cause to cause democracy to fail. That's how you install dictatorships.
I don't know if I agree with this comment. Far
really.
right does not equal theism. Left does not equal atheism. Authoritarianism and nationalism usually are rooted in a worldview that everybody would insist that regardless of your personal beliefs, you are going to have to adhere to. Here in the United States, we see a lot of that nationalism rooted in Christianity. It does not necessarily mean that the far right is necessarily a theist worldview, if that makes sense.
Has used God, though, is a very effective tool.
And keep in mind, here in the States, like between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, that ideology is flipped. It used to be more that the Democratic Party was the party of, Christianity and nationalism.
The problem is that they've come in. They're showing that this works. The police are doing nothing about it. They're letting it go. This is the same as January 6th. What happened at that insurrection? Nothing. If that was a Black Lives Matter protest, if that was for Indigenous rights, they would friggin' be cracking heads.
I agree with that comment, Bruce.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, can I give you some stories that's happening right now?
Absolutely.
Oh, this is good. Let's understand this. Realize that the truckers' convoy and copycat demonstrations are not about vaccines. They aren't about freedom. They are classic reactionary tactics to disrupt society and force it towards a return to right-wing power hegemonies that end freedoms, open inquiry, and rule of law. We see that happening. We saw that happening. What's happening in your country with the separation of church and state, like going down the tubes. Now, like creation is starting to be taught in schools again. Like, go look into the Philadelphia Bible Wars and see the history of why they took the Bible out of being taught in schools. Because it's chaos. We realize as a society, you can't have that. We need a separation of church and state. Here's another.
Sorry, Will. I understand you're being sarcastic on that now.
This is a story from an RN. Can I just say that I'm tired? I'm an RN and have been in the ICU or the ER for more than 30 years. In my career, I've tried my best to help people. I've saved lives, held people's hands while they died, and held family members while they tried to understand what was happening. I did not get into this job for the money. No nurse does. I got into to help people, and they continue to help people. I know people are tired of mandates, and I know the government hasn't gotten it right every time. I also know that masks and lockdowns have saved Canadians' lives over the past 2 years, as have high-flow oxygen, ventilators, medications, and millions of dollars spent in our healthcare system. I cannot fathom what the death toll would be without that. No one is more tired than all the healthcare workers now. We now fitted N95 masks for 13-hour days, along with our goggles, trying to see as many people as possible with their healthcare concerns. Even the ones who tell us to fuck off and refuse to wear masks and yell at us and call us cunts, and try not to argue with those that come into the ER with COVID symptoms while yelling at us that it's all a lie. We do it all day long. And now I see friends posting about their freedoms and how the government is doing this to them. I cannot stress enough that the government is doing this for them. I feel like toddlers have arrived in Ottawa demanding cookies for supper, or tantrums will follow. If we give in and cancel masks and mandates and let the chips fall, people will die. The very people who are screaming about their freedoms will be some of the same ones who will overwhelm our ERs and ICUs with their right to health care. Our healthcare system is at near collapse with the nursing shortage. Give up all mandates and many nurses, people will die. You know what, folks? I just forgot. There's so much to tell you right now, because in Detroit, you watch, they've closed the border down. It's only a matter of time now. Their hospitals are fucked. Nurses from Canada go to Detroit. They've already said if those borders close, they can't function. They've already fucked. 2 car plants in Ontario are already closed down. This is a fucking virus. Let's pause for a moment. I know we're all excited about atheism. Okay? I understand. But I'm telling you, it's all hand in hand. We are able to be atheists safely because we live in a democracy. The moment that is gone, we can no longer be atheists safely. Do you want to go running for your life and not having to be open and honest? How many of us in the audience right now feel that they can be open and honest about an atheist? Do you not know? I don't talk about my personal life because I'm an atheist.
Exactly.
I'm an atheist, and fucking people do dangerous things when they believe they hear God's voice.
Can you guys just remember maybe 5 years ago when Trump, one of his big things as a candidate for president, talked about how he would make it so that stores can say Merry Christmas again? You just think about that kind of platform that you're running on, that his goal was to make it so that stores no longer had to respect diversity in beliefs. So whether you're, another brand of theist or just don't believe, which is what we're trying to promote, normalizing atheism. Yet we have a series of political candidates and parties that are trying to force it on us. That's why we talk about this stuff, because they are trying to make it so it's easier to force their religion on us. And Jimmy, you mentioned earlier, they're trying to teach creationism as if it's an actual science in schools again. Is that what we're looking for? Is that what we really want?
Yeah, they're doing that in your country. There's a lot of your states are starting to do that. Look at this. There's a Trump official at this fucking protest. Like, they're already going to do a protest at DC in March 1st. Have you heard that? Yeah. So look at, guys, I'm telling you, I always say this. All right. Look to us if you want to predict the future. What's going to happen to you guys now? Because this is not just, the problem is now, this isn't just about like Trumpism. We can all recognize Trumpism is awful. Okay. Most normal people can, because the guy is a wingnut. Now we're talking about an ideology, and left-leaning people are falling for this goddamn bullshit. Yeah. They've got a platform to legitimize them now. Even this trucker movement, they don't care about the immigrant truckers. And a lot of these organizers that have made anti-Islamic phobic comments, and they oh my God, it's all bad. It's all bad. do me a favor, folks. Snuff it out. Because that's what you do to fascism. You shine a light on it. I have been so vocal about this for 2 weeks, ever since these motherfuckers invaded Ottawa. Yeah, he wants praise for the vaccine, but his crowd doesn't trust it. How insane is all this?
And I don't know if it's all based on the same thing, but keep in mind, a lot of where I'm at here in the States, a lot of people refuse the vaccine because, they're pro-life and they're obsessed with the idea that all vaccines are made from aborted fetuses. And that is a common line that I hear quite a bit here.
Why is it always the dumbest motherfuckers in science always want us talk? It's the problem. This is the problem. Like, it's like now you've got to be an expert in vaccines in order to try to even bridge a conversation with these idiots. Honestly, the vaccine works. The stats are out there and showing that it stops the spread. The conversation is very easy. These mandates are made by doctors. They're made by doctors and experts. They make the recommendations. It all involves trying to keep the ICU beds empty. Okay? That's it. No conspiracy. This is centuries old technology. I heard someone told me that today, one of my friends, I couldn't believe, came out of her mouth, said that, the vaccine hasn't been tested. The vaccine hasn't been tested. She's in her fucking 40s. This is a woman who's in her fucking 40s and thinks the vaccine hasn't been tested. Well, they just... This is what we're dealing with. They've muddied the water so much that even... I have a friend, she's a professional. She's a university-educated person. She's very smart. But she's taking her vaccine advice from Russell Brand. People are listening to Joe Rogan. People wonder why I get so upset about Joe Rogan. Rogan purposely grifts this pseudoscience.
And Joe Rogan he hasn't done anything in the past week to get his name brought up in a negative light at all.
Oh, no. Joe Rogan hasn't done anything. If you haven't heard the N-bomb thing or is laughing at sexual assault, oh, Jesus. Anyways.
But no, it's all about freedom of speech when it comes to Joe Rogan.
The thing that pisses me off about Joe Rogan, he's filthy fucking rich and he's grifting pseudoscience. You remember the days? Folks? When you want to know medicine, if you're sick, go to the doctor. The doctor gives you medicine. You take it. You shut the fuck up. You do what the doctor said. That was the path of thinking. That's the Occam's razor, folks. That's it. What are doctors telling us to do? Take the vaccine. What should we do? Take the vaccine. These truckers want special fucking privileges. I'm sorry. If you're going to be in a business, you're dealing with a lot of people, you need to take the fucking vaccine. You don't want go work at home, go work in a position. I work in a factory. So we have ways of keeping it down. I don't have to interact with people. So it's not as necessary. Okay. You want to have a fucking nuanced conversation about where the mandates start and end. Guys, I'm sorry, mandates aren't scary. We live with all kinds of fucking mandates. We all wear seatbelts. That's a fucking safety mandate.
Yeah.
My freedoms. Did you know back in the 80s, there was a CBC expose? I should have brought it up. It's really funny. And they're going to riot over having to wear seatbelts. And of course, it's out fucking west. Because out fucking west are selfish cunts. I'm sorry, I said it. But they're talking, they didn't win the election. They're talking about separating. It's insane. They don't get their way. This is what this all is. They're not getting their way. Now far-right fucking fascist ideology has pushed this. Now it's about overthrowing our fucking government and throwing all out fucking vaccine mandates. And they're fucking disrupting our economy and disrupting everything.
So they're just going around and honking, right? They're not actually, perpetrating any violence against like civilians or anything like that.
Oh, no. They are. They're fucking intimidating people. Look at this shit. No, that's not it. Sorry, I don't have it. No, that's not it. That's 2,200 employees have been sent home unpaid for one of the car plants. This is real shit. This is happening. This is happening right now. Today. Here's one. The fury of the convoy is everywhere. My daughter works for a grocery store in Katana. He leaned past her plastic separation guard, maskless, and told her to free herself and stop being a sheep. The company says they have still the right to service those without masks, even if they are right. They're harassing kids, too. There's been... Fuck. There's... I don't have it here.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
About 75% of truckers are white good old boys who love Trump and vote Republican. Yeah, that's not really a surprise.
You know what? There's a lot of... The thing is here, okay? I want to put a big thank you out to Canadian truckers that are working. The pressure they must feel. They are still keeping it going. There is a lot of good truckers out there. They work hard. It is a hard job. But the problem is a lot of this isn't just truckers. This is fascist, extremist groups that are backing this shit. And now they're going to be coming to your country. And now they're going to... You think the Trump thing was bad? No. Oh, God, no. Now the division, now the shit that's going to fucking divide people is this vaccine mandates. Now it's all going to be about freedoms. Freedoms and the kids. Oh, and the lives. God, you stop all this shit, the lives that are going to be lost. The friggin' the poor and the working class are the ones that are going to get affected by this. Those protections are there for us to protect us.
And just if you've watched our show in the past, you keep in mind, here in the States, we've got people like Kat Kerr and Greg Locke that are deliberately grifting the very people that this kind of thing is targeted towards. And they're stirring the pot, and they're calling any government that does not let them get away with whatever they want. They label it satanic, demonic, and will actually encourage you towards violence.
I foresee in my country, the one saving grace I guess we have in our country is that religion doesn't play as big of a part in our society as yours does. But I see that changing, and I see the religious right in my country becoming more radicalized. And I can't believe it's not about the truckers. You're right. It has nothing to do with the truckers.
Yeah.
They've just used them because the majority of the truckers in Canada, over 90%, are vaccinated and agree with this. The Trucking Association agrees with the mandates, with crossing the border. Be fucking vaccinated. We don't want viruses crossing the border. Jesus Christ, this isn't hard. Fuck, this is how I know it's crazy fascism. Because all the fucking wrong fucking motivations are behind it. All of it. Like, we have these mandates to help stop it. And they're using this. It doesn't matter. Even if we all threw them out now, it wouldn't be. They've found a cause. They've riled up people. There's people talking about they will die for this cause. And what is this fucking cause at this point?
Yeah.
What is this fucking cause about now?
Yeah. What motivates somebody to say that they're willing to die for this other than, a worldview that is rooted in some kind of religious ideology? It's silly.
The problem is, though, Skidsy, I've seen a lot of normal people fall for this. and supporting this. I can't believe how many people are supporting this. We're 2 weeks in and they're still supporting this, and they're mobilizing more. The kids are walking out at my local schools in protest over this stuff. They're joining in with the truckers. Their parents are radicalizing them.
Mm-hmm.
This is radicalizing people. And these dumb idiots are going to upend everything. And like the fucking virus rates are going to rise again. God. But the problem is, this is how you bring it. This is how it's always been done in the past. This is how fascist dictatorships get put in.
Well, it's how all authoritative leaders do it. You get them while they're young. You start when they're young. You brainwash them when they're impressionable, and especially when they're young. It's easy to radicalize them. You take them to the extreme. That's why churches, insist that you start bringing your kids to Sunday school, because they hook them when they're young, and then when they're adults, they bring in the next generation, and so on.
So they create chaos, and then they undermine the governments, they undermine the scientific consensus, they undermine the experts, and they replace them. And they become the experts, and they become the authority. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, an animal is most dangerous backed into the corner or on its death throes. Seems like some religious people are in the same mindset. Absolutely.
So this is the thing, guys. This is what ties in with the religion. Okay. Someone asked, what does this have to do with atheism? So let's break into atheism. Now, you guys, I have a fucking prophecy, and I bet you I'll be more fucking accurate than any fucking guy on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my prophecy. You watch Canada. The Christians here now are going to get fucking radicalized behind this. They love good persecution. This is the perfect fucking narrative for the persecution complex. Christianity is based on the persecution complex. Yeah. They've been waiting for this.
Absolutely. They're rewarded the more persecuted they are.
Oh, God, they've been primed for this. God, every ounce of the Bible's priming them they're going to be fucking victims of persecution. Mm-hmm. It's all a fucking crypt. Oh, my God. So, in my country, the Christians are going to get more radicalized. This is going to divide people more. This is what's going to cause instability in my country. Probably a great, really fucking big recession, which is going to fucking catapult to your country. What's happening now is going to divide people worse than the Trump thing ever did. Because now, this isn't about abortion. This isn't about Republicans. This isn't about religion. Okay? This is something different. This is about freedom. This is about freedom. And this can be wrapped and presented differently.
Mm-hmm.
And this can be fucking snuck in with all that other shit. And you will see left-leaning people fucking veer that way. And that's what's happening in my country right now. People who are normally left-leaning, who are normally liberal, fucking very caring people, are thinking this is a great goddamn idea. That's the problem.
And, the one thing that we would hope that a lot of atheists are using is their critical thinking skills. That doesn't just apply towards your belief in a God or not. Because, like Jimmy, you said, you wrap this shit sandwich in a nice package of freedom and you could sell it to anybody. Yep. But if we, not only as atheists, but as critical thinkers, can look at where's this coming from? Who's it motivated? Who are the people who are supporting this? That's an important one to look at. If we see a lot of white supremacists and Christian nationalists supporting this, you got to ask why. What is the end goal? This is why this ties into atheism, is because those same critical thinking skills that we apply to the proposition of whether a God exists or not can directly be applied to this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me share a meme I posted. Someone put, I'm old enough to remember when Canada was viewed as the apartment above the meth lab, not the main user of said meth. We we've jumped on that fucking crazy train. Thanks a lot, America. Thanks.
Don't thank me.
We
I
blame
didn't vote for
America. I'm gonna make my own fucking South Park movie.
them.
It'll be North Park, and I have a blame America, and we're all gonna fucking sing it at you guys. Jesus Christ, where have you taken us? See, this is what I was thinking tonight. So you spread us with the fucking crazy. We mutated it, and we fucking spread it back to you.
Yeah,
You're
you give us a whole brand new brand of crazy.
Yeah, you got a new fucking brand of crazy, folks. Yeah. A new fucking brand of crazy. New brand of fucking pseudoscience, fascist fucking crazy. You know why it's fucking fascist? Because I'm hearing people justify the overthrow of Justin Trudeau. Yeah.
That's an interesting comment. I have actually heard some Canadians say that we are a Christian nation. That's scary. I actually heard someone have this conversation within the last 2 weeks when we were talking about doing this show. Isn't that like a fundamental part of your government that it follows the Christian values?
Our separation of church and state is very
a little squishy.
A little squishy. I think they still have Bibles you swear on in the courtrooms. I know we got rid of our blasphemy law just a few years ago. Yeah.
Keep in
the
mind,
20th
people,
century, blasphemy
we're few years removed from blasphemy laws.
Oh my God. And we have, there's an anti-Islamic.
That's why we talk about this stuff, by the way.
Yeah. There's an anti-Islamic phobe bill in Ontario. We have hate laws. So trust me, I'm happy for hate laws against discrimination. Fucking all for it. I'm all for equality, all for none of that shit. Okay. Even freedom of religion. I have to recognize as an atheist, I want everyone to be an atheist, but I can't force my beliefs down their throat. Okay.
Exactly.
It's not right. Okay. So I recognize that and I respect that. Okay. But goddamn, we all understand how the religious right loves to fucking overstep. And which is what pisses me off. Pisses me off. Can I just put a memorandum to the religious right? Okay. Listen, you're always going on about the afterlife. Let's make a deal. Okay. Can we make a deal right now, please? Okay. You guys can have the afterlife. Oh God, you can have all the mansions and the roads paved with gold. Hallelujah.
Rivers of milk and whatever you can. Yeah, whatever you can think of.
Harley Davis said, and you know what? You can give a shit. You can give a shit. Oh, you can talk about us being in the fire, whatever you want to put us. Okay. We don't care. Okay. You can have your fucking imagination land. We want this world. We want this fucking world. We want the laws to benefit everyone, not just you. We want it to work for everyone. Because motherfuckers, it's very simple. Society grows and is best when we all work together. That's why universal health care works. And is beneficial for society. Because everyone gets a crack at being healthy.
Yeah.
Not just the rich. Just not crippling people with medical bankruptcies and incredible debt. Reminding you guys again here in Canada for now, until these fucking fascists get rid of it, because that's what I'm worried about. They're going to fucking take our universal health care. That'll be one of the first things. Then they'll fuck our education system, and then they'll fuck our health care, and whatever else these fucking fascists will do. Next thing you know, there's a fucking cross in every corner, and oh my God. And we're having to fucking follow Christian Sharia law just like you guys, and they'll come for our abortion laws. Oh my God, it's a nightmare. I'm scared, kids, eh?
Yeah, it is scary. You got to realize, and this is why this subject is always passionate to me, is that Christianity is a death cult. It is a death cult because the whole point, and almost every Christian I know personally, here in the States and in the middle of bumfuck Egypt where I live, they talk about how wonderful heaven's going to be and how horrible this life is, yet they just have to endure it to get to heaven. And they're just loving the idea of that maybe, just maybe in their lifetime, the apocalypse is going to come and they're going to get raptured up to heaven and everybody else is going to stay here and get punished and then go to hell in the final war. This is what they want. They don't care about this life because this is just the little trial that their God is putting them through. This isn't what they want. They want the next life. So they don't give a shit about you and me. They don't give a shit about their neighbors. They don't give a shit about their family. Because if something bad were to happen to them, they'll just see them in heaven. And it'll all be better there than it is right here now.
Yep. It's pretty, when I would say the people like that, when they present that situation, I just like, how can you enjoy being up in heaven knowing that people are being tortured? How's that going to play out in your conscience? Because me, I have empathy. I could never be okay with that. That was one of the things that drew me out of Christianity, was that I could never be settled with that concept ever.
That is a very good question to ask people, because it's the same thing when we going back to the politics that you all hate. But if you could do something to stop somebody else from catching COVID and stop them from suffering, whether they die or not, whether they just have to spend a miserable 2 weeks in the hospital or whatever, and you could do something about that, and you don't because you don't care enough, then ask yourself, can you spend eternity in heaven knowing that somebody else who was a good person is going to be tormented in hell for eternity just because they didn't believe in the same God you did?
It's
how can you actually call yourself a moral person if you have that mindset? Whether you're somebody who's just against masks and vaccine mandates, or about eternal torture.
So, folks, I know vaccine mandates. Oh, not religious. I know, but I'm putting out the warning. This, we should all take it seriously. And I'm telling you right now, do not encourage this fucking convoy. You speak out against it. Do not let it fester. Because we here in Canada right now, what scares me is they're being apathetic, or they're really fucking supporting it. And the apathy is what fucking grows this fascism.
And if you understand, like you said, if you understand that this whole thing's not about vaccine mandates. They wrap it up in that nice little package, but it really is about hatred. It really is about racism. It is about Christian nationalism. If you go in with that thought, it makes it so much easier to understand.
Yep. It's interesting to see how many countries are trying to undermine democracy and to destabilize it. Well, it's a wonder that we're getting through this shit, kids. Yeah. It's a wonder we're getting through this shit.
I mean, it's because democracy allows critical thinkers to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to swallow your bullshit.
Oh, here's a cute one, guys. So let's oh yeah. Yeah. We're the ones being dickheads. We're the dickheads.
Okay, that one made me laugh.
We're complete fucking dickheads. You want to see some of the ones I've made? Want to see some of the ones I made? This is something I made. See, that's how I fight back. Peacefully. This is peaceful. Not fucking hunky your horn like you're a goddamn, oh my God, psychopath. Jesus. So, you suffer through a pandemic together. You get vaccinated so you help stop the spread. And then you drive your truck to Ottawa to act like an asshole. Let me tell you, they are all fucking assholes. This was one of my favorites. Hashtag go. That's right. Flu Trucks Clan. Fucking tweetered out because they're coming for you, kids. They're coming for you. Do not encourage these dickheads.
Yeah.
Don't encourage them.
Don't be a dick.
Speak out against it. Because right now, maybe you haven't heard much about it. Maybe nothing much is happening right now. But they're going to cause a chaos to all of you. And this is going to affect everyone. And they're trying to overthrow our government. So you don't think that maybe this is going to be the return of the Empire Strikes Back and fucking Trump comes back and then, like, let's fucking put on our future telling goggles. I wish Schneider Swanson was here to predict the future for us.
Oh God, don't bring him up.
Oh, Schneider Swanson. Oh, I wish he was here to tell us the future. But this future isn't looking too fucking great. Because honest to God, guys. Honest to God, this shit is terrible. Honestly. I like this one. Yeah, because you that's how I knew this is all fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like all their fucking protests, it's like you're like, how does that make fucking sense? You know how states have their rights and they conduct shit, right? Yeah, Australia's going through it. I think New Zealand, this shit is spreading.
Yeah.
You think that right-wing fucking extremist ideology is like in just your country, you guys like made it?
I wish that we could contain it here. I would make that sacrifice and live in this country and fight for keeping it here if I could. But
yeah,
we're losing control.
That's why we got to keep fucking speaking out. We got to keep speaking out, shining a light on it, exposing it. I have drawn a very clear line in the sand about how I fucking feel about this. My family, friends must think I'm going fucking nuts because I've made a big enough stink about this. But I'm telling you, it's that fucking important. This is serious. If they get their way, this is dangerous and bad for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But this is setting a precedent. And people are taking notice. Go look at Fox. If you guys don't believe me, go look how they're fucking pushing this shit. Go look at Breitbart. Go look at where all the right-wing fucking lunatics are pushing. Now, I bet you, how long does it take Joe Rogan to start fucking promoting this shit? Oh, boy, I bet you his next guest will be some kind of fucking trucking superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, I bet you he's a fucking elk shooter and he fucking shoots guns and he snorts fucking DMT and he's a truck driver and Joe Rogan will have that guy on and he'll promote the shit out of this and you watch.
Yeah. And they can say the N-word together.
Yeah, they can say the N-word together. You know what? Someone was saying to me, like they couldn't understand. Guys, let me clear something up. This is honest to God truth. I was 14 years old. I'm 45, guys. I'm old fuck. So 30 years ago, I knew the N-word was not right to be saying. Like, if you're not a person of color, I'm not going to be touching that subject for people of color. You want to use it? I don't like hearing the word personally. Okay? But I don't, just whatever. Okay? I'm not getting involved in it. I know you don't fucking say it. It's not right. I knew that 30 years ago. So there's no fucking excuse for any of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not all about always dragging up people's fucking past because you know what, guys, I don't want to be judged about something I did like 10 years ago, 15. We all grow, okay? Like this, like people can't make mistakes or whatever. I get it. But God, he said it a lot of times in a lot of different contexts on air. It's not like, God, you know what? Remember when Hulk Hogan got busted for using the N-word?
Yep.
Okay, it was terrible, but it was in its own fucking house. That on itself, come on, like someone recording you in your own house. That's awful, but I don't condone that either. That's a fucking complete invasion of. But Joe Rogan, he said it multiple times on air. Like, oh my God. Anyways, I'm not calling him racist. Or am I? I don't know.
I don't
He should have
know
fucking
either.
said it. But his influence, that's what pisses me off. Is that he normalizes pseudoscience and conspiracies. And once you start doing that, like all hope is fucking lost if we all
He
can't
has a
share
lot
the
of
same-
influence.
He
Has
does.
a lot of influence on people.
Oh my God, he does. Jesus.
And-
And who are we? No one. We're no one. But you guys love us, so thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Oh, so let's end this off on a happy note.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, guys, we're just going to show you an interview I did with a gentleman, but it's getting late. I'm sure you guys, maybe we'll save it for another time. We had a nice talk. He's a gentleman that had some anxieties. He reached out to me. I didn't really know him very well. I didn't know him at all, but we just had a conversation. And this fear of hell really hurts a lot of people. And so I use Occam's razor and a lot of common just things. I don't get into big philosophies, but there's a lot of things you can do to help people get over this fear. Because really, at the end of the day, they're trying to sell you blood magic, and blood magic isn't real. So, like, yeah. So I had a nice talk with him. We had a recap. I just wanted to see how he was doing and everything, and so we did. And he's anonymous. So, but we agreed to let me air his interview. So maybe we'll try to get to that. But I just want to give you guys an update of the video I keep promising that we made with Dr. Josh. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've been working fucking hard on it. And
It's a good video.
It's coming along, but I'm learning. Skidsies is teaching me. It's a work in progress. And I've been working on it a lot. And I'm going to be working on it a lot this weekend. And I'm hoping by this, I know I keep saying every week, but I'm hoping that we can premiere it next week. So I hope. I keep promising it, but I'm going to work really
Fingers
hard.
crossed.
We've got
Right
it's almost there. It's almost there.
It's going to be worth the wait, everyone. It's got Dr. Josh in it.
Yeah,
What
God,
more
he
do you
did
want?
great, and he stole the show. He stole the show. Skidsy did a great show.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
here's animated Skidsy. That just give you a little taste.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
spitting image.
Spitting image. Oh God, what was I gonna say? Oh, I lost it. Doesn't matter. I never say anything important, anyways.
Not at all. You
Yeah.
didn't just spend an entire hour saying nothing important. So.
No, but and everything important, guys. This has everything to do with everything, and it's coming to you, and it's really serious.
And, you know, I don't want to beat a dead horse on this, but if you don't see what this has to do with religion, again, use your critical thinking skills. That's what they're there for. It's deeply entrenched. And
So I wanted to say something. We had last time we were on 2 weeks ago. We had to take a break, guys. Just honestly, it gets hard doing this grind. We do a lot. We put a lot of work into this, guys. We're not the smartest.
not at all.
We're not the cutest. Well, kinda.
Yeah, I have to
Well, we
agree
kind of
with that.
are, but
Mm,
I'll tell you. Yeah, well, Skidsy is. Look at
no,
him. Yeah.
not at all.
But we do probably work one of the hardest. We put a lot of time and energy in this, guys. Honest to God. And we take time away from people that love us,
Mhm.
and we are working really hard. So we really appreciate all your support. And last time we had some controversy. Viewer didn't quite
Yeah, the
appreciate.
chat was a little
hot.
spicy.
A little spicy. So we just want to address it. Everyone we are LGBTQ
Even if you don't get the letters in the right order, it's okay.
allies. We always punch up. We don't punch down. And we are doing this for a reason, because we are passionate. We are passionate about the separation of church and state. We are
Mhm.
passionate about normalizing atheism. We are passionate about freedom, true freedom, and
Yes.
true democracy. Not this shit, not this freedom that they're screaming that they want to shove down your throat, whether you fucking want it or not. Not that freedom.
Yeah.
No,
That's
no,
not freedom.
that's not freedom. No. So that's what we promote here. And we do a dangerous game here, guys. Doing comedy. We do a dangerous game in these
Mhm.
times. Yet we do it for you. because we love you. Because you know why? Because everything else sucks. Everything else sucks except for this. Except for this, Skidsy. This, all us. It's
And-
all good.
And if you ever, see something that we do that you don't like, just ask us. We'll tell you what we think.
Oh, God, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. We all have you as a guest.
We're not embarrassed. We're not ashamed to tell you what we think. And
No.
we'll reach out to anybody. If you're a believer, a theist, a right-wing Trump lover, we don't hate you. We just, want to have a good conversation and know where you're coming from. We'll tell you where we're coming from. And I bet we're going to meet in the middle and we're going to agree on a lot of things.
We want to change your minds too. We want to change minds. We want to make a difference. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this fight. Thank you, John.
Yeah, John, thank you. We really appreciate that feedback. With that, Jimmy, this has been Faith Not Included. If you like what you saw tonight, and I thought this was a good show. This one was, a little different than what we normally do.
Oh, God,
but hey,
guys, it's not important. Guys, I'm losing sleep over this shit. Honestly, God, like straight up, this is really serious. We all should be taking this serious. And
absolutely.
Just don't let it get any foothold.
Exactly.
You control the narrative. Do not let them paint this as a freedom democracy bullshit. And don't fall for it. Don't fall for this fucking garbage. Because that's what it is. It's garbage.
And if you'd like others to be educated on this subject, make sure to share this video, hit that like button, and as always, tune into all the other great content on the Atheist Network group. And who knows, they might actually be talking about religion, since apparently we don't ever talk about it.
Oh, we will. Oh, wait to the video. Oh, it's going to be great. Oh, it's so
we talk
good.
about religion sometimes, people. Come on.
Always.
But with that, and the promise that the Reverend is going to have is an amazing video here in the near future.
Yes.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.